So once again, we continue on in the 2021 season reviews, not previews, with the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the Blue Jackets are a team that was concerningly bad. They had a big trade during the middle of the season, a Pierre-Luc Dubois for Patrick Laine and Jack Roslovic. It was looking like they may win the trade, but it's kind of looking like a loss right now, to be technical. So I have no idea. But anyways, this season was just not a good season all around for the Columbus Blue Jackets. But first off, if you're into the channel and you haven't already subscribed, please make sure to do this. We're trying to get to 900 subscribers by the beginning of next season. I really appreciate that. Then we're only 100 subscribers away from 1K. You know the whole jiffy. It would be great. So, anyways, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Let's get into the season review. So this season for the Columbus Blue Jackets was not really a good one. 18, 26, and 2 for 48 points. They were .429 winning percentage, a minus 50 in difference. They had scored 137 goals. They let in 50 more than they scored, 187. And at home, they were 11, 9, and 8. So they were better at home. But on the road, just like a lot of teams I noticed, a lot of these teams, like, if you need to win on the road to make the playoffs, that's the biggest thing. 7, 17, and 4. Not very good. Not good at all. They've had some embarrassing losses come upon them, especially at the beginning of the season. They lost one to the Tampa Bay Lightning, which caused the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade. There was a lot of things that happened over the past couple of, months for this team. That's just like, and the fact that everyone, not just Seth Jones, everyone who was, on these past teams, on this past club, on this 2019 team, is almost all of them are gone. I mean, there's still some that are here, but a lot of them are gone. And with Seth Jones on his way out, that's going to add another person to the list of another player who didn't even make a debut, or didn't even want to stay in Columbus. That's another player, and it sucks. I don't know what it is. Is it John Tortorella? Is it the way they handle things? Is it them not giving out money? Although it's confusing because they've given out money before. I don't understand. It's probably John Tortorella, but now that they have Brad Larson as their new coach, it could work out. But this season, Bjorkstrand led the team in points. Bjorkstrand, he gets overrated because of his contract, but in all, he isn't a terrible player. 18 goals, 26 assists for 44 points. But the fact that Bjorkstrand, Oliver Bjorkstrand of the Columbus Blue Jackets, is leading them in points is generally concerning. That should not be going on. It should be Laine, Roslovic, then like the rookies up there. It shouldn't be Bjorkstrand leading your team in points by a long shot too. Cam Atkinson was the next player, and let's face it, he's never going to get back to that 40-goal season he had in 2018-2019. 15 goals, 19 assists for 34 points. I talked about him in my video that I made last offseason, saying he needs a bounce-back season, and he didn't really get that. So, yeah, obviously a problem, and it is concerning judging by his contract, but it looks like he's here to stay for a while. Jack Roslovic, the next player on the list, and the fact that he was here, and the fact that a player who was acquired mid-trade is top 3 in your point system, that is a bit concerning, I'm not going to lie. 12 goals, 22 assists for 34 points. He's tied for second, too. So, I'm flabbergasted at how, this team looked like it was looking like it was so good heading into the playoffs, and not the playoffs, this season, and they just collapsed. Seth Jones was the next player with 5 goals, 23 assists, 28 points. Of course, we've already discussed that Seth Jones is probably on his way out of Columbus. We've heard trade rumors from every team. Don't be surprised if by the time I get back to this house or back to my mother's house, he has been traded. That wouldn't surprise me either. So, just don't leave it out of your cards. But it's a possibility. Patrick Laine was fifth in goal scoring this season with 12 goals, 12 assists for 24 points. So obviously a down year for Patrick Laine as well. He was traded mid-season. And, yeah, like I said, generally kind of a bad area all the way around. There wasn't really anything that was, worth talking about that was good, besides Bjorkstrand, who had an underratedly good season, leading the team in points. But then again, that's actually kind of concerning. As for your rookies, not many rookies played this season for Columbus, besides Liam Foudy. 0 goals, 4 assists, 4 points. That was the only rookie who played this season. So nothing of note there. As for goaltenders, Jonas Korpisalo leads in that mark with 9 wins, 13 losses, and 7 overtimes for a 3.30 goals against average and a .894 save percentage. So not a good year for Korpisalo relatively. As for Merzlikins, 8, 12, and 5, a 2.77 goals against average and a .916 save percentage. So outside of the record, Merzlikins was the better of the two, but I wouldn't be surprised if both of them went out. I know that at least one of them is getting traded at some point. One of them even said to the media, "I just want to finish up the season and get out of here." That's what one of the goalies said. I think it might have been Merzlikins, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I think. So yeah, but that is tough. You can't have that. You really can't have your players being like, "Oh, I want to get the heck out of here." Like they've had that with Seth Jones, Matt Duchene. They've had it with the whole bunch, but they can't. That can't keep happening. So whatever is causing the problem in Columbus, and maybe it is John Tortorella that's causing everyone to leave. Maybe that is it. You need to figure something out. Like if it's Jarmo Kekalainen that's causing everyone to be like, "I want out of this place," then you need to deal Kekalainen in his hand. He's been a solid GM for the Blue Jackets, but if he's causing all these good players to leave your team, is the owner's going to look at that and be like, "Well, if you can't keep these guys around, then why should I keep you around?" Like that's the standpoint that I'm at. Like if eliminate the problem that's keeping them from coming here, and that could be the rebuild potentially, but it could also be something else too. So it's a very confusing subject. That is it for your season reviews. On to season review, not season reviews. On to your UFAs and RFAs. So UFAs, you have Zach Dalf, Stefan Matteau, McInnes, Del Zotto, Mikko Lehtonen, Glendening, and Bay Ruther. So Zach Dalp, maybe they throw him a contract. Matteau, potentially. McInnes, I think they let him walk. If they re-sign Del Zotto, I wouldn't complain because I thought he played okay at the start, and even in parts of the season he played well for that Columbus Blue Line. But maybe Del Zotto thinks to himself, like, I want to be on a contender. I want to try and get a Stanley Cup one last time. So it's possible that he goes for that move, although he's been on rebuilding teams since like the Ducks, and now he was on the Blue Jackets. So I guess Del Zotto is your bad luck card. So no one signed Del Zotto in the offseason. As for Mikko Lehtonen, I like Mikko Lehtonen. I still think he has a lot of hope for being a young player on that blue line. So if they do re-sign him, I wouldn't complain. I honestly wouldn't have a problem with it because it's not a big deal. As for Glendening and Bay Ruther, maybe they give Bay Ruther a contract, but personally I think those two guys walk. As for RFAs, there's a bigger discussion here. Kiefer Sherwood, Patrick Laine, Alexander Texier, Andrew Peak, Cliff Poo, Thurkoff, and Cam Johnson was recently signed to a 1-year contract. We'll talk about that later on a news time, or maybe the day after you see this. I don't know when this is being uploaded. So for RFAs, Sherwood, maybe they throw him a contract. I think they might let him walk. Patrick Laine, they're obviously going to throw him a contract. That's the biggest task for them this offseason. Texier is the next biggest task. He had a down year relatively. He wasn't even top 5 in scoring. I don't even know if he was top 10. So obviously you're going to look at that and say to yourself, okay, so let's think about this. Let's try and if we throw him a contract, he accepts the contract. If he doesn't accept the contract, we throw him in a trade, somewhere else. Peak, if they sign him, that wouldn't surprise me. Cliff Poo, that's good depth. And Thurkoff, if they let him walk in RFA agency, or if they just qualify him, it wouldn't surprise me. So that's the 2021 review for the Blue Jackets. Yeah, kind of disastrous. We'll come back to this team definitely during the offseason. Most likely when they do the Seth Jones trade, we'll probably talk about them in the offseason a little bit. And then, of course, the preview will come out in September. So thank y'all for watching. For our support as of late, I really do appreciate it. And, yeah, that's another video in the books. And I will see you guys in the next video.